All right, we will proceed with our next talk. And up next, we have how can CEE become Europe's power hub for women in tech? Let's welcome on stage Zydrune Vitaite, who is the co-founder of Women Go Tech. Welcome on stage.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I see some people leaving the room, some people coming, so take a seat. I promised a lot of data, but I will try to make that understandable. And I also promised something related with AI as a gift of the free program that Women Go Tech has launched as well, because I see from the previous speaker, there is so much potential happening right now in tech, and in general, in tech, such a diverse technological area. And still, even though we think we're doing great, just looking around this room, so many women participating or joining tech, we, together with Women Go Tech and our partners across the Central and Eastern European countries, we did a research to check of what's going on in the market and how we can attract more talent to a very potential sector. So what we did, as Anna Andersson had presented today, Riga Tech Girls is doing great stuff. So you can imagine that Women Go Tech is something similar that originally came from Lithuania, but we are acting more and more in Central and Eastern Europe, offering various programs, as well mentorship and the discovery tech courses and something like that. And we also do the research that digs deeper into the barriers of why women come into tech, why they stay in tech. And we did the research in 13 countries, Central and Eastern Europe, Ukraine included, and as well Ukrainians in exile, with nearly 4,400 plus participants. So we actually asked women who are in tech and who are not in tech, why they are coming to technology sector, what are the barriers, what shall be done. And we also talked to experts. So female leaders in tech, male leaders in tech, company owners, policymakers, the ones who can advise us on what measures should be taken. And of course, the research was conducted by Synthesis and supported by Google.org, that is working here with Riga Tech Girls as well and by OSCE. And what we did, we dig deeper into a pretty good representation of the audience, so age groups, various education profiles, various roles right now, and also we dig deeper into the experienced talent. And you will see in the research, we talk to the ones who are in tech for from 2 years and more, and the ones who are fresh talent. That means less than 2 years in tech or considering joining tech. And of course, the ones who are not interested in tech. And what we did, so we checked, how many of the respondents are they generally interested in entering tech? 62% of all our respondents have tried more than one type of tech skills-related activities. And you can see the division of experienced and fresh talent. Online upskilling courses are the most popular among all of the groups, even the ones that are in rural, especially rural areas, various coding schools. Mentorship also turned out as one of the areas that supports women in their journey in tech. However, what was interesting for us to learn, mentorship was mentioned as a tool by experienced talent, what really supported them in their career journey, what really helped them in getting towards tech. We also wanted to learn why women are actually coming to tech or are interested in getting into technology sector. And that was an interesting thing. So fresh talent and experienced talents, they all come with a very strong focus to strengthen their chances for promotion and gain experience. So basically to strengthen skills and become a better specialist which is the top skill, why everyone's coming experienced and fresh talents to technology sector. But what was really alarming and alerting to us that only a very few would actually think about building their own products or creating their own businesses. And this is something that is generally missing. So, of course, better pay opportunities in technology sectors. What we noticed that why women and men as well are reskilling themselves and requalifying to technology sector. But what differs in terms of female and male talent, that willingness to build business, willingness to build products is really, really low. So we are right now preparing the tech audience for the specialist career journey, and we seriously need to consider and think about the programs and the courses and the mentorship tools to actually support entrepreneurial spirit if we want more diverse products, more companies within the tech field to be created. What we also looked into the sectors. Which areas are the most interesting for the experienced talents? Where are they looking right now? We also looked into the tech sector novice category. Where are they looking right now? And what is interesting, you can see that even the experienced talents who are working 2 years more in the technology industry, they have not decided yet which of the areas they want to focus on. That means that the careers are becoming a bit more horizontal rather than vertical. Of course, that's expected from tech sector novice. Maybe there's more optimistic approach towards what I can, what I cannot. But this was interesting to us as well. We asked them, the participants of our surveys, of what do you think about the tech sector? What is good? What is maybe not so good in the tech sector, and how to understand this graph. So this line is the average, and we looked into the deviation from the mean. So generally speaking, women see that the tech sector companies offer enough development opportunities for women. So there are opportunities to grow, there are different jobs, and this is universal for all of the markets. We also see that, which is a good thing as well, the tech sector companies are safe from harassment and abuse against women, the tech sector companies' culture is not toxic, and women generally feel safe to enter the technology sector. However, there is a general, as we call it, lack of extra mile, still expectation for companies to walk an extra mile, to invest more in attracting tech talent, female tech talent. Women generally think that that the sector companies are not investing enough to attract more women. That means recruitment policies, promotion of the job ad policies have to be reconsidered. They want to see more female leaders in the tech positions. So this general concept of having examples in the leadership seat, having someone to look up to is very much appreciated. And when we talk to women, they also mentioned that they tend to look more positively to the companies that do have women leaders in the high tech positions. And what we are talking with the companies a lot in the recent days when we are meeting and discussing the more diverse tech talent is that women think that companies are not willing to hire women for tech positions from non-tech backgrounds. And this is the biggest deviation from the mean. They want to be considered equally regardless of their education, regardless of previous background, and they want companies to respond to that. We looked into what's thinking about the career progression, what women actually evaluate, what supports them in terms of the growth. And what was interesting, that many women, especially in these experienced talents, they they told that I have never had mentor. So I am on my own to climb this career ladder. However, the experts that we interviewed mentioned that mentorship is one of the most powerful tools to actually get promoted, get accepted to the sector, get their careers accelerated. So I'm very happy that Diana just announced, and today there is an application for a mentorship program here with Riga Tech Girls. We do similar mentorship program with Women Go Tech as well. It's on the regional level. We do see that this is one of the things that really supports women to put their first step, to land their first tech jobs, and to get the big support. There also was, of course, the response that that generally women clearly understood their career opportunities in tech. In the companies when they were offered various ways and paths, and they did understand what they have to do to be promoted. So once they get into the companies, it's a bit easier to navigate this path. But what is important that they get in, right? And we also had a chance to ask women of where tech companies, where the policymakers, where the sectors should invest, and what is doing pretty good. So there are two categories. I would not dig deeper into everything. That also kind of syndicates with our research. So what women evaluated as high performing, but still needs change. So more career opportunities, more development opportunities, more kind of chances for me to be successful, and easiness to progress. But what is the most important, and actually very important, and needs investment, needs attention, women want to see more work-life balance, equal pay, constructive feedback, and gender unbiased recruitment. These are the areas we advise all the companies to look deeper in and revise, is that what is being done is enough for women to succeed and for women to get attracted to the tech sector first and to the tech company second. We looked into the educational backgrounds and what they think is supporting. So I already mentioned that amongst the among the experienced talents, we see that they evaluate that mentorship and also internships, apprenticeships are supporting them in their career journey. Of course, fresh talent is like expecting that everything will help. So they're more interested in trying out various opportunities. And of course, in our report that will be available, more comprehensive in Women Go Tech webpage, you can look into more like a comparison of the markets that we analyzed, how they are doing, which markets are doing better, which markets are doing maybe not so good. So we see that the country readiness to attract female talent, of course, Baltic markets somewhere here in the very top. So definitely lots of initiatives, lots of great stuff happening. However, women believe that the government still shall invest more than they do today to attract more female talent. And we looked also into those barriers that actually stop the region from innovation, stop the region from more unicorns, stop the region from the diversity within tech. Because how we looked into it, the markets are small. The markets are able to compete with the Western economies very, very well because of the willingness to learn, willingness to get faster to the world with their innovations. And we looked into the region as a perfect power hub for tech talent, but we also saw that women are still behind, and we wanted to understand which are the barriers that are maybe valid for some markets and valid and maybe not so valid for another markets. And it looks like there are still lots of barriers that are related to the stereotypes that women cannot join certain specialties, that older women cannot requalify, which is crazy. And I guess in Latvia and in Lithuanian mentorship programs, we had numerous numerous examples of women in their adult careers actually requalifying and joining tech sector. I remember Francesca, I think here in Lithuania, she was 55 maybe or something, did not work for 10 years, previously chemistry teacher and so on, and she's right now the lead quality assurance specialist in one of the banks, I think an SB bank. And she had funny stories, and then she told I just loved it, but no one believed I can. And yes, I'm typing slower, but I have much more experience in problem solving that is very much needed in my role. So I'm fascinated by those stories, but definitely we do have, because when we were advertising some of the programs in Lithuania, we got some questions that I never considered I can join from the ones that were successfully actually then joining the tech sector. And what is interesting also, this very, very universal for all of the markets. As you can see, many of the barriers, not all of course, but many of the barriers are very similar. We do share similar historical backgrounds, we do share similar situation in the markets, and we do see that the stereotypes and the situations in the markets are still the ones that require definitely our attention as leaders, as managers, as volunteers, social entrepreneurs, and you name it. And we also had this slide is that really, really is disappointing me, myself personally. We asked them, how confident are you in your digital skills? Digital skills means I can use computer, smartphone, I'm local to the internet tools, and those who are not interested in tech careers, this is expected. 40% not confident, not joining tech, not interested at all. Like my mother, for example. Interested in tech careers are a bit more confident. The result is lower. Tech sector novice, which means just joining and interested in tech, also maybe expected. But what is alerting? Experienced talents who work in technology sector in tech roles for more than 2 years, 25% of them are not comfortable in their digital skills. And that is what is tricky. We do believe they rock their roles. However, the imposter syndrome is still very strong, and it's still the one to focus on. It's still the one to address when working within the teams. It's still the one that we carry along within the region as one of the challenges that is to be addressed if we want more innovation, if we want more power within the region amongst the tech talent. And definitely some insights regarding AI. We just had a fantastic presentation before about what to do, how to act, and this is the movement that is happening and very interesting. We did another research, so I wanted to share a few insights with you. It's very small. We wanted to, because there were so many articles that we read that, women are not so interested in AI, so definitely they're going to be left out from the revolution that is happening right now. So we asked how many of them, out of these 5,400 plus, have used at least one AI tool. We did the research when the Google Gemini was still barred. And it was surprising, 68% of them have tried at least one of the tools. Maybe they played with it, maybe they asked for generic things, maybe they used it professionally. And here what we have, so Poland rocking 87%, Latvia, Lithuania doing very similar, Estonia as well, 78%, so it was we are spread out, but generally very positive response. What we asked definitely different audiences. So non-tech workers are less interested in AI tools, which is more or less expected. Interested in tech careers, skyrocketing. Tech sector novice, experienced talents, very interested. So there's a big potential for everything, for training, for requalification programs, for everything. And of course, if you're interested, some of them do not have time to learn, but if you're not interested, then you definitely do not have time to learn. So that's kind of expected outcome of the research. And the ones we also looked into the influencers, what supports this interest to learn. So definitely educational background. If I'm very far from the technology, I consider this as a crazy thing. Definitely the educational background has some impact, especially at more mature age. And for younger audiences, 18, 24, peers have the biggest influence, and they do accelerate the learning if this becomes a trend, and the opportunity for them to join. And of course, the employer's role is important. And here I have one of the statistics that really was. Well, some points of the statistics that was really interesting to us. 30% of the respondents told us that they are not sure what their employer's policy towards AI is. So they don't know what the companies think. They do hear a buzz outside of their professional working environment, but they don't know what their employer is thinking, because most probably there is a silence. 26% of respondents indicated that their employers do not have any policy regarding AI usage. 14 of the respondents indicated that their employer does not allow any use of AI tools at work for work purposes. And 16% of the respondents indicated that their employer policy allows AI usage. So there's something done. However, only 8% provide guidance on what you can do, how you can use the AI at work for work purposes. So there is a huge revolution happening somewhere outside my workspace, and I have no idea how I can contribute to my working professional environment during my working hours within this, using various tools and learning how to be productive for my employer. This is a lot to address. This is, of course, changing pretty fast within the time, but we also see that in Lithuania. Every time we speak with the companies, only a few would mention that they provided the training, provided the tools, provided the guidance, what is safe and what is not safe to upload to various tools, and they actually have the discussion ongoing. We looked into the learning mechanisms and what supports the talents to gain the knowledge. So, of course, YouTube is the first one, especially for the ones interested in tech careers. And the ones that are more towards the experienced professionalism, they do look into the online training courses a bit more. But generally, YouTube is still taking the biggest percentage of the traffic that when it comes to learning various courses. So one of the last slides, what do we have to do? And we discussed about the barriers for women to enter tech. Before we saw many markets doing differently and also as well as similarly. However, we have to start somewhere, and the AI movement and AI not being seen as a enemy has to be definitely familiarized. And this is where we can start. This is where we can start. Maybe not to requalify women, maybe not to attract them to work with the deep learning systems, but at least train on how to use and how to be more productive, in how to secure the jobs, in how to advance at their positions. And we talked with lots of experts from in each of the markets. So there were a few Latvians as well that are AI specialists on what has to be done. So definitely the first one and the most effective is training at work, training at the workplaces, providing tools, providing guidance. Free community courses, clear work policies on how to do, and clear explanations of AI possibilities as well as limitations. Because no one else will provide it if it's not you. And we saw like women working with AI role models, increased diversity in AI tech development teams, etc., are as less important and less influencing measures to take if we want more female talent in tech. So this is more or less, and of course you can dig deeper into Women Go Tech webpage. There are lots of research pages and slides available if that's something that you are personally interested in or professionally you feel that this data might create a conversation at your work. But for us, it was important to understand whether we are going to the right direction, because sometimes it's so nice to have lots of activities, to have lots of conferences and so on, and see. But it's important to look into the numbers. It's important to look into the barriers that are very clearly visible still for us in the women representation in the ICT sector. And I promised something for the end. So we talked a bit about the AI. Women Go Tech has just launched the free AI Foundations course. That's actually the basics, how to prompt, how to be productive, which tools to use, and so on. So if you're a very, very, very advanced user, maybe this is boring for you, but it starts on the 21st of October. We already have over 6,000 registered, nearly 500 from Latvia. I just checked before coming here from on the stage. It's to encourage women to join tech, but definitely available for men as well. So feel free to share that with your communities. It's free just to try it out. So we are there to encourage more female talent to go to tech and to create innovation. So thank you very much for your attention. And I'm here for all the questions if needed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we have time for questions? Or are there any questions? Yes.
Where the idea came from to organize this great organization? Maybe you can share this. And second, if you may answer, you've mentioned the mentorship program, how women can enroll in the mentorship program and who are the mentors? Thank you.
Okay, so I started Women Go Tech in 2017, and that is because of two reasons. One, I had a fantastic mentor who was a man who guided me to tech, because I joined telecommunications. I didn't like physics that so much, but he promised to explain me everything, and we had a deal. And he was really inspiring, but I joined the hard tech. So I work with hardware. I work with, right now, one of the company that I'm working for is designing the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors on the IoT technology. So it's like, really, I need to understand how it beeps and why. But I had fantastic role models. And when my sister joined, she's younger, when my sister joined construction companies, it was even more harsh environment for her. And I wanted to create something that provides opportunity for these fighters, so to say. And then they were like-minded people who wanted to create something good. So we started with Women Go Tech mentorship program. Everyone laughed at us at the beginning. I had lots of challenges there, but now it's one of the biggest programs. I know Riga Tech Girls is doing fantastic program here. It's very similar to what we are doing, so you can enroll both. You can enroll, one of them. It's ours in English, more on the regional perspective. Riga Tech Girls has more like mentors from Latvia, I guess, but it's also, I think, international. So what we do is we take experienced professionals who are capable of guiding tech sector interested people to work on a peer-to-peer basis and support them in their requalification journey. Because if there is someone believing in you more than sometimes you do believe in yourself, it's really powerful. And what is important is to stay accountable. So, of course, then there is a community to have lots of courses, conferences, and so on. But what we saw is, if you take the person on the 6-month journey, and then first 2 months, very excited, in the middle, losing the track, and then towards the end, when you ask, like, so what have you done? That was the opportunity of your life. Then they suddenly find their first job, then go to the tech sector, and then it's done. You know? Then it becomes a normal journey, as I say, of course, with difficulties and so on. But you just need that kind of push sometimes, not for all. But that's what we do, and that's why we encourage as many as possible. And I'm very happy that Anna as well commented that we have men supporting women and women supporting women as well, because we all, like, you know, we end with this women talk once we join tech. It's like, it's about product, it's about innovation, it's about the teamwork and so on. And if we respect each other, then we can create better things. Thank you for the question. Yeah? Thank you so much.